definitely a huge opportunity. I thank you, Ruben, and All-Stars, and Ivan for Pier 6. I really appreciate the opportunity to fight for the state title. I've got less than 10 fights, and I've got this opportunity, so I'm very thankful. I feel very blessed, especially because it's at home, in front of my home crowd, who have been nothing but supportive every single fight. So this is a gift for them, for everyone, you know, not only for myself.
I'm sorry. Can you tell us a little bit about your training camp? I know you're not under Arturo Ramos anymore. Who do you have working in your corner?
I'm working with Nino, Coach Nino over at Bulldog Boxing Fitness, Silky Campert's gym over in Tampa. We've had a great camp every morning. He's blowing my phone up at 4:30 in the morning, not only to make sure I'm running, but to run next to me with his bike. So we've been running miles not only by myself, but with Chanel Hallback, Fist of Steel, who's a future Hall of Famer, with Leroy Thompson, the heavyweight, who's also going to be fighting in September. So there's a big group of champions that I have the honor to wake up every morning and smell and breathe hard with and run with every morning. So the training camp has been phenomenal.
And how does that differ from training from Arturo Ramos in the past? I know he trains like a Mexican fighter.
Yeah.
Are you any different this time around, or are there some things you might have polished up without telling your strategy too much?
Yeah, no, every coach that I've worked with has definitely brought something different to the table. Arturo was really big on working on my inside fighting game, which it was necessary for me to learn because I like to box. So working with Arturo sharpened up my inside, my body work, and now that I'm with Nino, we're sharpening up my boxing again. So I feel like I have the best of both worlds, one right after the other.
Also, this fight it's gonna, if everything goes well, we'll set her up. Our whole goal, our objective of doing this title fight is to do a world title fight for Noemi here. So, if God willing, if everything goes like it's supposed to, as planned, then sometime in the near future, not in October, but in the beginning of next year, there's a big possibility we could be doing a world title with Noemi here in Tampa. So that's in the network in Mundos. It's a sister station of Telemundo, which is for a younger demographic. So that's what we're setting her up for, to take her in that direction on that network.
I'm sorry, one last question on Noemi. I know you're like a social media guru here. You're all over the place in Twitter, Instagram. I think you're in social medias that are not even out yet. Do you consider that to be a distraction at any moment? How do you kind of detox from all that attention, or putting out attention, or like going to visits here? How do you kind of detox and alleviate from that?
Well, this is actually the first time I've slowed down a little bit before a fight, but it's the only time that I ever talk or see anyone. So it's really not as bad as it seems. It's my office, so that's how I work. That's how I sell tickets. That's how I do my personal training. That's how I schedule any kind of clients or business that I have. That's my office. That's how I work. So although it seems like I'm on there all the time, I mean, I'm working. It just looks like I'm having fun.
Other than I want her to come work for me after she retires. I mean, she's a great promoter.
Thank you.
She promotes herself very well, like you said.
Thank you.
Talk about what this championship means to you, the NBA belt.
This is a huge thing for me, especially coming up so soon, because I've been visualizing this since before I even had my first amateur fight. I was training, before I started fighting, I was training with Jenna Cowgirl Shiver. I was watching Asandi Gibbs when he was busy. I was training with Daniel Samuels, Derek Samuels. So watching them go through the process, I was wishing and hoping for it, and now to see it developing before my own eyes it's amazing. It's almost like, what do you call it? Surreal for me to have this opportunity. So I'm jumping on it. It's everything I'm dreaming for. I'm working hard for it, and I promise to give everybody the show that they want.
You know, you went from a win here in Tampa, going out to California in the very close quarters. okay, from one fight to the other, lost in California, and you took some time to reflect. Talk about that time that you take to reflect and the transition you had going from one trainer to the other. How's that worked out for you?
It was definitely necessary. It was necessary after a loss because you want to regroup, you want to go back and look at the mistakes that you made. It's definitely not a feeling you ever want to have again. So having that time off to build up the hunger again, to kind of reflect on everything that went wrong, it was absolutely necessary for me to be the better fighter I am today.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Noemi Bosques, ladies and gentlemen.